Hey everyone, I'm here today taking a look at the Mattel Jurassic World Hammond collection Sinoceratops. Here's the packaging. There's a nice painting of the Sinoceratops on the front there, and then if we go to the back, you've got some good photographs of the toy showing some of the really good poses you can get it. In the American box, they have a little profile there that says about how the Sinoceratops appeared in Fallen Kingdom, and there was the broken-horned one came up to Owen when he was near the lava, and then another one attacked the Carnotaurus. But unfortunately for the international version, they've put a sticker over that where it just says Sinoceratops over and over again in a couple of different languages. Kind of annoying. Yeah, some really nice photos of the toy there. I mean, it looks real, other than you can see the joints for the articulation. And there's a close-up of that artwork from the front of the packaging. In general, I find these boxes kind of boring, but I guess if they were more interesting, I'd want to keep them all, and then I'd have piles of boxes cluttering up the place. So probably kind of for the best that the packaging's a bit bland and boring. And go with the articulation. The head goes forward and backwards like that, so you can have it down as if it's kind of rutting or looking upwards. Front legs go forward and backwards. They're really stiff. Oh god, that doesn't sound good. Don't like the sound of that. That one's tight, but it hasn't made a horrible snapping noise. That one there almost sounded like a broke it. Oh man, I do not like how that sounded. And it doesn't seem like it's broken. That goes forward and backwards. Didn't really seem to go out to the side, just forward and backwards. I'm not going to push it because I don't like the sounds this thing's making. The ankles there bend, and at the kind of elbow there, it goes forward and backwards. Man, the joints on this are really tight. Probably should heat this up before trying to move it too much, because I don't want to risk snapping it, especially as I spent £70 on this. But there is articulation there. If you heat it up, it would be fine, but it's really tight at the minute, and I'm not going to risk breaking this. Then the back legs do pivot outwards. The front ones, oh, that one does. Okay, that leg pivots outwards, but I can't get this one to. But I guess it should do. Once again, I think it needs heating up. It's made a nasty noise as it is. I'm not going to risk any more potential damage to that. But yeah, and the back legs pivot outwards as well. And the knees swivel and bend, and the ankles will bend and they swivel round. So you can see the full range of motion there. Tail is on a ball joint that you pop in when you buy this, and it won't come out. And then rather than a wire, it feels to me like there's actually articulated plastic going down inside the rubbery outer layer of skin. I don't think it's a wire in there. I think it is little bits of plastic that have articulation between them. I might be wrong. Oh, that's popped out. It shouldn't pop out. But you can see how that pops in there. Someone did say that they've started designing these so the tails are removable, so it's easier to store them. So maybe that is supposed to come back out. I don't know. But yeah, the tail bends up and down like that. It does feel to me like there are bits of like plastic in there. Don't really know if that makes much difference from having a wire or not. So yeah, it's a pretty standard but really good articulation that these Hammond collection dinosaurs have. There's no articulation in the jaw, but rather than having an articulated jaw, which doesn't always look great. I know a lot of people complained that the Stegosaurus didn't have an articulated jaw, but because that head sculpt was so small, like having an articulation point on the jaw on that one would have looked awful, so I'm glad it didn't. But on this, rather than having a jaw that opens and closes, you actually pull the jaw out. It's like a peg. It pops out. You can see it's on like a little ball peg. And then you've got another jaw piece that you can pop in there to have the mouth open, and it's got the tongue hanging out as well. It looks really nice. I think that's a good way of doing it actually, rather than having the joint there, which can make the jaw look a bit too big. I mean, I think especially on the Velociraptors we've seen this, where the bottom jaw juts out in a funny way and just doesn't really look good. But the horn is also removable. So you pop the horn off, and there's a broken horn that you can put on there. So if you wanted to, you could buy two of these and have them both looking quite different from each other. You know, one with the mouth open, one with it closed, one with a broken horn, one without. I had to pay £70 for this in the UK, so I'm not going to be buying another one anytime soon unless the prices come down. But if I do manage to find one cheap, by some miracle, I might buy a second one so I can have two of them and, you know, have them both on display with the two different looks. So yeah, I'll just give you a quick look at the articulation again, because my hand was in the way a lot because it was just so hard to get these joints to bend. Like my hand was getting in the way a lot there. But hopefully you can see that there is articulation in these points. Too tight for me to force it, but it is there. And the knees go falling backwards. See, the back ones aren't so bad. And the ankles move quite nicely there. See, I'm going to get the back legs to move. But be aware of that. I'm a little bit concerned. I think it's alright. I'm just a little bit concerned I've snapped something inside the elbow there, but I think it's alright. But yeah, and the head going up and down and the tail. So you get the idea with that. Okay, so when I picked this dinosaur up, there was a rattling inside it, so I thought I have snapped something off. So I popped the tail back out and I managed to get the bit of plastic that was rattling around inside out. So this is the little bit of plastic that I managed to get out of the dinosaur through the tail hole. So when I moved that arm that was really tight and it made that horrible snapping noise, I broke a bit of plastic off inside. Hopefully it's not going to cause any problems. I mean, it doesn't feel like the leg's going to pop out or anything. And it's not loose. So I'm not quite sure what that bit of plastic was doing in there, like what it was attached to, what its purpose was. But yeah, you might want to be careful of that and heat up the dinosaur before you try and move any of the joints, just in case you break anything like I have. It's this kind of minty, pale green colour for the most part. It's creamy colour underneath, it goes up under the chin and up around the eye. Bit of that on the crest too, as well as the orange. Got those holes on the crest, which is accurate to how it looks in the films, but I'm pretty sure that these didn't have holes in the middle there in real life. I don't know why they did that. It's kind of a weird detail to add. A lot of little orangey details, like little orange spots there on the body, as well as these creamy stripes. Looks great. I mean, these Hammond collection dinosaurs almost always do. Been a few duds, but for the most part, I mean, this looks fantastic. I think this is only the second ceratopsian we've had, isn't it, after the Triceratops? Nice getting more of them. And this is a fantastic looking one. This is one of my favourites. Be nice to get Sinoceratops next, maybe. That open mouth does look great without any details of the articulation there. You can't see any pegs or joints or anything. It does look a lot better, actually. On the bigger dinosaurs, having an articulated jaw works, but on dinosaurs like this with a smaller mouth, I just don't think it looks so good. All the toenails are painted, this is nice, all the horns are. It's one of the big differences between these and the mainline dinosaurs, is that all the horns and nails tend to be painted. There's only those tiny little back toenails on the back feet that aren't painted, but they're very small, so it's not really noticeable. I don't really hold it against them for not painting those. These Hammond collection dinosaurs seem to be getting better and better. I mean, the Stegosaurus and Spinosaurus from earlier in the year were beautiful, and this looks great. Though they've gotten rid of the glass eyes, you can see the eyes painted on there. I kind of like the glass eyes. I don't know why they've decided to get rid of those. Now for bringing the mainline Sinoceratops, this new one's quite significantly different looking with the sculpting work. For starters, the horn is smaller, looks a bit less exaggerated. This one almost looks cartoony, like it should be like a Camp Cretaceous one. This really big horn. It looks cool, but this looks more believable to me, more realistic. There's also more horns in general around the frill on this Hammond collection one. There are like 3 horns at the top here, which are all rubbery, kind of a soft rubbery plastic. The frill itself is reasonably soft, not too soft though. Some of the mainline frills, not this one's nice and solid, but Mattel did make some of these frills very rubbery, for safety reasons I guess, but it just felt cheap and horrible. This is slightly soft and rubbery, but not too much. It's kind of a good level. But these horns on the top here are very soft and rubbery. They still feel pointed on the end. It's the sound effects from this one. It's nice having one that makes the sound effects, even if it doesn't look as good as the Hammond collection one. I kind of forgot that mainline one has those cold black dead eyes, no pupils or anything. You see that was more of a grey colour, whereas this new one's green, more accurate to what was on screen. I mean, they both look good. It's just a cool design for a dinosaur. So they look nice enough together. Once again, whenever they look a bit different like this, I kind of put it down to one being male, one being female. If you want to build up a species of them or a family. So again, you see the differences here. I always think the mainline ones have great sculpts, but then you see how these Hammond collection ones look and they just blow it out of the park. The body type's actually really different, like the shape of the body. And that mainline one's got a bit more of a hunched look. So they are very different looking from each other. I can really see the differences, and that it is worth getting this Hammond collection one, even if you've already got the mainline Sinoceratops. And here it is with the Carnotaurus, seeing as they had a bit of a scuffle in Fallen Kingdom, and they scale really nicely together. As I said before, I think the removable jaw looks good on the Sinoceratops. With the Carnotaurus, I'm glad that it's articulated. So with the big carnivore dinosaurs, I hope Mattel do keep the articulated jaws and just use this removable jaw design for the dinosaurs with smaller heads. But I think the Velociraptors would probably do well having the removable jaw rather than the articulation as well, because it just doesn't work on those smaller head sculpts. So what do you guys think of this Hammond collection Sinoceratops? Do you like it more than the mainline version? I mean, I think it looks beautiful. Hopefully we'll get more ceratopsians in the line. I can't believe we haven't had any Cretaceous or Chaos Theory representation yet in Hammond collection. They've done video game dinosaurs, and even random dinosaurs haven't really been in any Jurassic Park or Jurassic World media. So it'd be nice to get Bumpy or something like that, or a Monolophosaurus maybe. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have done, if you could leave me a like and a subscribe, it'd really help me out. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.